Yeah, excited, obviously. Feels like we've been playing these big games now for about a month, so prepare like we would any other game and be ready to go tonight.
How do you stop Austin? Seems like he's scoring it well these days.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got 68 goals. I don't know that anyone knows how to stop him. Stay tight, like all the good scorers, Ovechkin, Kane, all these guys. Just stay tight to him in the O-zone. Try and not let him get their shot off. But like I said, he's got as many goals as he does for a reason. He's tough to stop. So just give our goalie the best chance to see it.
Speaking of your goalie, 500th game for Reimer, what has stood out to you the most about him?
Yeah, amazing. Just a real professional. Found out it's only the 80th goalie in the history of the league to do it. Amazing accomplishment. Speaks to the professional that he is. Great teammate. Been a good goalie for a long time, so really happy for him.
Hey Ben, just going back to Austin. You said sticking close to him, the ozone, that sort of thing. How hard is that when he just needs no space at all?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, obviously, and especially with the way they play in the offensive zone, they kind of got a lot of moving pieces D down. So it's tough. He finds those soft spots. That's why he's such a good goal scorer. That's what all those guys do. So, like I said, try and get a stick on him, but it's a tough job for anybody.
I know it's an important defense, but it's your job just to what respect level do you have for the fact that he's doing this? It could be just the 15th time that 70 goals sitting in it.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing accomplishment. It's to do it, and he's done it for years now.
Yeah.
Scored at a pretty incredible rate. To do it in a place like Toronto, it's impressive.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
you and Sider have some experience together from the last couple of seasons. You've been paired with him as of late. How do you guys complement each other's game?
I don't know. That's a good question for Mo. He I think we read off each other well. He moves the puck really well, really good with the puck. I just try and support him, and we do our thing.
And then that game in Pittsburgh, obviously an important point. And how did that game play itself out? And you guys are still very much in this mix.
Yeah, a lot of fight from the boys there, battling back. A couple goals there at the end of the game. Push it to overtime, get a big point for us. I just think you see the fight never ends in this group, and we'll continue that tonight.
Patrick, what do you think of what Austin is doing this season?
Yeah, incredible. I mean, obviously his career, but just what he's doing this year, how many goals he has, his production, it's just pretty incredible. So I think you see a guy that's wanting to produce every night, not satisfied with where he's at in his game, and knows how good he is as well.
Did you ever think you'd see someone maybe score 70 in the league in your time?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like 60 was a big number when like Stamkos and Ovechkin hit it, right? And 70 kind of seemed out of reach with anyone. Even this year, I know there was some talk of it, but didn't seem like it was a realistic number. And then all of a sudden, he's right there, right? So I know he's had like 5 or 6 hat tricks this year, so that adds up as well. But yeah, his production's been off the charts. It's incredible.
From your perspective, Patrick, what allows him to be so productive with his game?
Just the different ways he can produce. Obviously, I think there's a lot of talk about his shot and his release, but I think a lot of his goals are scored right around the net too, right in the crease. So he can score any which way. He scores pretty goals, dirty goals, one-timers, wrist shots, snapshots off his release with changing the angle. So he can score. He can score anywhere.
What stands out to you with James Reimer and just how he approaches his craft?
I think he's a true professional. I think, and he wants to win, right? He wants to be part of a winning team, winning culture. I'm sure those years on San Jose maybe weighed on him a little bit, but always in a good mood, always trying to get better. I think even when I was injured a little bit, I was skating with him a lot, and he was always working on his craft. So. It's pretty incredible, obviously. Great milestone for him tonight. 500 games, not many goalies have reached that milestone. I'm sure it's fun for him to do it in Toronto, but yeah, he's always working.
What's it mean to you to be in the thick of a playoff race right now?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, the games have been a lot of fun, a lot of intensity in some of these games, and I think just kind of going on a day-to-day basis, like the ups and downs and your emotions and the whole thing has just been quite a ride. So obviously we still feel in here we're in a pretty good spot. There's a lot of different things that can happened in the last 3 or 4 days of the season here, and we're focused on our 3 games, none more important than tonight. Want to make sure we get off to a good start against a team that's playing really well, so be a good test for us.
How have you gone about trying to keep this young group calm as you see the ups and downs of these?
No, I think a lot of guys in here have a good attitude, right? You know, the intensity's there every game, and I think when you get into this situation, you understand the pressure and the situation of winning a game, and it's tough when you lose, but I think everyone's kind of realizing the ups and downs of just like a day-to-day basis and how the standings can change, and when you have a young group, I think it's good for them to go through that.
You're one of the great kind of pressure performers of this generation. If like a young guy asks you how you do it, like, is there any tips you can pass on? Is it kind of a
I don't know. I mean, I feel like back like when we were in those like playoff runs and you're producing, you're scoring overtime goals. I feel like Sharpie would always say the game would just kind of like slow down for me, and guys would feel the pressure. They would, you know, try not to make a mistake, and I feel like that's sometimes when you make a mistake when you're trying not to, right? So I would just kind of play my game, and sometimes you get an opportunity and you feel like, you know, this could be the chance where you score a big goal. So yeah, it's fun to be in those situations. You always want to be known as a big game player and like a clutch performer too, right? So it's nice when those opportunities keep coming, you have a chance to do it again.
Max Domi's having a nice run here in Toronto right
Yeah.
now, running shotgun with Austin.
Yeah.
What stood out to you about him when you were around him?
He's a great teammate. You know, there'd be times I'd just take a regular hit and he'd come and fight the guy. I'm like, dude, you just like, it's just a normal hit. You don't have to fight him. But he loves his teammates, and he's such a great guy. I mean, I only played with him for that short amount of time, but I feel like I have a friend for the rest of my life with him, and even Ty as well. Like, Ty's been great to me as well, and just that family in general. I have a lot of respect, a lot of love for them. Happy to see him doing well. I know he's playing with Austin now, and it seems like they have a lot of chemistry. I know he's always looking for him when he gets the puck. But he's a great distributor. He's a great passer. Sees the game very well. Had a lot of fun playing with him last year.
What's your lineup look like tonight?
Very similar. Same 12 and 6 we played the other day. Might do a little flip in our bottom 6 there, but same lineup we had in Pittsburgh. So Kopp's still unavailable for us.
And Reimer?
Reimer going, and these milestones are just impressive. 80th goalie to reach 500 games, and the way he did it. Compete, hard work. I think it's fitting. He's doing it here in Toronto in a meaningful game for our organization.
And Husso, did he?
A little setback, a little tweak in warm-ups there yesterday. He was all set to start, so he was unavailable for him. So unfortunate. It's all I know on that.
Just want to follow up a little bit on the other night. We talked about Lucas Raymond, but
yep.
How impressive is it what he's doing at this time of year at his age? I mean, we know the skill set is there, but.
Yeah. Impressive. He's been building. The 2 years I've had with him, I know I obviously had a really good rookie year, but he's just been building. He had a really good off season. I think his body was just probably maturing, but he put the work in. Put a little extra weight, a little extra strength. I think that added some confidence to him. He's just winning a few more battles throughout the 200 feet, and now he's getting more touches, more looks from it, and he's finishing. There's some confidence there. So I like. You talk about these games being heavy. They're elevated emotionally, and you see how players are going to react. And he's one that's really reacted in a positive. He's driven us a little bit, so it's a really good sign for him and us going forward.
Going back to Reimer, what has he brought to this group in the dressing room? Just his presence.
Absolute compete. Every night you're in there, you know he's going to give you your all. Battling type saves. I think he motivates us. He elevates our group when he's battling in there. Both goalies have given us a ton, obviously. We're without our number one goalie for most of the season. Both these goalies have been thrust in an elevated role, and they've been great, and they're the reason why we're still in this battle.
An important point in Pittsburgh,
yep.
Despite the end result. What can you build off that one?
We needed the point. I know just the emotions of it, us to stay in there, get the 2 goals late, and to only get to 1 point. I rarely grab the team after a loss, but I thought that was important. I grabbed them because I know it'd be very emotional, and I just said that's a very important point. I still think there's a path for us. We're going to have to take care of our own business, but I still think there's a positive path there because we got that point. So we talked about it, and we kind of put it behind us, and kind of a little bit of a reset and get ready for tonight.
One of the more memorable wins of the season last time that you were in here. What do you need to replicate from that game here tonight?
Our compete, just watching that back, a couple of meetings we've had going forward. You're not going to completely shut down Toronto and their offense, but you can do the best you can by taking away time and space. And I thought over 200 feet in that game, we did a pretty good job with it. They're going to need the same type of effort tonight. They don't need a whole lot for offense. And if we give them anything easy, it'll be a long night for us.
We're talking with Tyler Bertuzzi about Austin Matthews. He said the goal scoring is one thing, but he doesn't get enough credit for his defensive play. Your thoughts on what you see on the defensive side and how to compete with that tonight?
Well, just seeing him over the few years, obviously competing with him in Tampa in the playoffs over the last 2 years, he has elevated his game in all areas. Obviously what he does goal scoring wise, but that first round I did on TV last year. I was extremely impressed with his compete, his battle, his will. You see these guys, these superstars evolve, and yes, it's on the ice, but it's usually what's important to him and off the ice. And he looks very motivated to win. It's impressive, and it's fun to watch.
Derek, where do you sense Patrick Kane's presence the most, like in these types of environments as the games?
Yeah, offense and the room, just his poise. This is new for a lot of our guys, and it's been an emotional roller coaster. We talk about how much the games are emotional. It's how you handle them too. It's been such a high-low. We win in Tampa, such a high. We're in a good spot. We play a great game against the Rangers. We give them a power play late. We don't get a point. Emotional low. We come out and beat Buffalo. The math looks good again. Emotional high. We probably play our best game in a month against Washington, and we find a way not to get a point again. Emotional low. It's just being able to ride those emotions, staying even-keeled, and he has that. Just such a poise and demeanor about him.
Recognizing all the nice things you said about Reimer's attributes, how much debate or discussion goes into a call, just given the goaltending call and given the stakes in this game?
Yeah, well, it's been tough down the stretch. Reims, you talk about that compete, he's been winning for us too. Right. But Alex been playing at a high level. We've asked a lot of Alex. It looked like it kind of caught up to him a little bit in Pittsburgh, where you can tell it's been heavy on him. He's never done this in his career, especially at this level. So we just want to give ourselves the best chance to win, and the body of work of late, we felt it was Reimer tonight, but a lot goes into it, obviously.
You mentioned you might chink on the back end, flip some guys. Are you keeping
No,
Chiarot
the bottom six of our lineup. Yeah, we'll probably flip Sprong and Fisher there.
What do you like that Chiarot brings to the Cider pairing? I mean, he seems like he plays a heavy game that complements.
It's a good calming, heavy, simple. Benny does play a predictable game. It's usually on and off his stick. It's usually 1D to D and up. So it's pretty simple to play off. And he gets defensive stops, which is very important for us. So, and again, the heavy in the zone, which is good, which is positive. I think him and Mo have done very good with each other.